Hey guys, it's Cody Jones with Jangus Genetics LLC. We're gonna test out the dead cat today, see if she's working. But getting ready to move. It's spring. It's April 26th. Getting ready to move some cows and calves. Most of these calves are about a week to 2 weeks old, so I don't think we'll have any problems. Don't think we've got any new ones. But the main thing I want to always do is I always want to drive around, check all the bushes, anywhere that a calf could hide if the grass is tall enough. Check the bushes, check the trees, check the fence rows. A lot of times those calves will get up under a multi-floor rose bush or something in the fence rows if you don't have them cleaned out. We just want to make sure anytime we're moving calves and cows that we don't leave any calves behind. So we're going to hopefully get them all bunched up here in this corner, lead them down the lane. I've got wire set up so they can't go that way behind you. They can't go too far down the lane behind me. We're basically just jumping across the driveway, but we don't have a straight shot here. So we got to go down the lane a little bit. And then the only other obstacle that I'm worried about is I want to keep calling the cows and stay ahead of them or push them so that they go down that fence line instead of come straight back this one, because sometimes that'll cause them to get confused and everybody will turn around. That's why we got this wire set up behind you so they can't run back up the lane. So we're going down here, cutting in, and we don't want them to turn around and come back up this way. So I'll flip you around. We'll show you what we got. All right, got the girls up. And I can pretty much see this whole pasture here. I will go ahead and drive it. I may go ahead and move them first since we're not going, but just across. I see we got two babies there. We got one cow that's got a limp. I'm custom grazing these for my dad. I'm in communication about that. And if she doesn't get straightened up, I think it happened when she was calving. Just for some reason, she just, I don't know, struggled a little hard, or calf didn't come straight or something. I don't know. And that may not be the case. She may have just, been riding or something, got thrown out of whack. But she's sore. If she doesn't straighten up, we're going to send her home. Got a good little bull here he got from us. And I guess what I will do, normally I'm on my four-wheeler, but this is just as easy. Especially since they're all up here in this corner, but I'm gonna go jump these calves up before I get to calling these cows. One thing that I do like to do is make sure that everybody is up, paying attention to each other, because these cows will go off, they will put their head down in that green grass, and they will not talk to that baby again until they get their belly full. So we want to get that calf up, get him up with Mama. This is our limping cow, and get her up there. You can see it's kind of up in the hip. So I'll double check, make sure we don't have any issues that I see. And again, I'll drive this pasture once we get done, but shouldn't be too bad. Cow's got a great little udder on her. Just perfect teats. Love that. Awesome. All right. And there's a couple different things you could do with your wires. I really like to just open them up on a post. I'm not exactly set up to, I should be on my four-wheeler already, but I'll show you this. So I just took my wire and just step that in there like that. Keep the cows from walking through it, over it. Keep it from popping. I like to stay in front of my cows, so I'm gonna flip you around here. One of the things I always remember is that a good shepherd, they lead their flock usually. One thing I heard a few years ago, I think it makes a lot of sense for me, is that if you're behind a cow and you're pushing them, they think you're a predator, and that makes a lot of sense. So what I want to do is I want to get in front of these cows, and I always like to move them slow. A lot of times they'll get worked up, especially during fly season. They'll kind of try to outrun those flies, and I really like slowing them down. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but it makes sense to me. And especially these cows with these smaller calves, I don't want them running away from those calves. That really messes things up. So if I'm going to be doing a longer move, which I don't like to do with babies, but anytime I'm doing a longer move, I'll usually stop at the gate. So I'm blocking the gate now. And I want everybody to kind of bunch up behind me. A lot of times I'll have this gap shut off so they can't just run ahead of me, or so we have to stop and get bunched and then go again. That way all the calves keep up, even with, you know, month-old or 2-month-old calves. You're going to go a quarter mile, stop, let them all get bunched up, open the gap, go another quarter mile, whatever you got to do. That always kind of made sense to me. And I do not want them shooting back up this lane on the other side. So I want to call these cows out. They're not real food motivated right now. So I may just sit here. And I see we got that limpy cow. She's not coming through anyway. So there we go. So I'm just sitting here making sure that they go around me. And what I've learned this year is quit calling. Once you have that motivation and that movement, the best thing you can do is quit calling. If you have another person with you, another person available pushing these baby calves, that'd be really handy. But for the most part, these little guys, they can slip under the single wire fence. Not a big deal. But you can sure speed them up if you get somebody behind them. So always good to get a count on them. We've been really dry here. We just got some rain. I haven't checked to see how much, but I actually had a case of pink eye the other day. I think it was just I had them walking up and down a lane and it just got dry, and so that was kind of an issue. Now these calves are going back. They're balking on me, standing in this water. So I'm just going to get them up, let them know I'm here. Yeah, they saw where mama went. That's important. If they don't see where mama went, and a younger calf than these, a lot of times they just turn around and go right back to the last place they saw mom. So they used to really stress me out. Now I just try not to be so time crunched when I'm moving cows with babies and we have to go across the, you know, a road or, you know, a hard fence or something. I usually just give them some time. If you leave them alone, normally they'll go to mom when they get mom will get her belly full and she'll go back and call them. That sometimes it takes 15 minutes, sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes you got to get them, you know, in the evening or even the next morning. Is definitely not ideal, but you know, I've kind of learned to let nature work for me and not stress these calves out so much. I've always in a hurry, and I've really learned that you know, people are predators. Our eyes are on the front of our head. The number one thing I want to do is make them go faster and chase them, and that is absolutely the worst thing you can do most of the time. So I trying to get into beekeeping a little bit lately, and I think that learning and looking at things with a holistic view is very important. And so, you know, learning how to garden, learning about beekeeping, learning a bunch of different skills, not necessarily, you know, getting really into it, trying to make a bunch of money at it, but it really teaches me things about livestock. I was watching this guy shooting this YouTube video, and he had these bees in a swarm trap, and he was trying to get them into his box. And I'm like, look, dude, if you just put the lid on top of that swarm trap and you just walk away for 2 hours, your job will be done. And he spent 45 minutes on this video chasing this queen all around the swarm trap. And I'm like, it's just livestock handling. You know, you just be better off. Put that swarm trap on top of your box, put the lid on, walk away. They'll do what you want if you just give them time. He had the right setup, I think, and it would have been interesting to see. But he was in a hurry, and I feel that. I get in a hurry a lot too, so I had a bee swarming around behind me. So pretty cool. We got some rain, which is awesome. Hope you guys are getting some. I see this calf busted through here. That limpy cow, she's going to need a little encouragement. So I'm going to go get behind her, walk her in. She doesn't have to go too far for water or drink here, food here. But anyway, that's hopefully this helps you out. This is how I move calves. In the springtime, just go slow. Make sure you get all your calves is the most important thing, because especially if they can't get back to where you left from, you can cause a lot of problems with calves, and try not to stress them out. So appreciate you guys. If you like this video, like, subscribe, follow for more. Thanks.